Hey guys, Shahj and Majid here.
What's up?
And today I'm going to be reviewing A Quiet Place, a thriller which came out in 2018.
Excellent movie. Let's go.
So if you like what you see, remember to subscribe. This movie was out in cinemas last year. I watched it and I completely loved it. It's a thriller, like I said.
Excellent thriller.
Yeah, it's directed by John Krasinkski. So anyone who's seen The US Office might know him. He's also otherwise known as Emily Blunt's husband. So they're a husband and wife team. They're both actually in this movie.
So is Emily Blunt? Yeah,
she's in the movie. And essentially, this movie is set in a world where people have to keep quiet. The reason why everyone's being quiet becomes clear, and if you've seen the trailers, you'll know it as well. It's because they're hiding from an unknown force that reacts to noise.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's try it.
It's actually really difficult.
Oh, let's try it.
How long for? But yeah, so it's like it's so atmospheric just because of this whole silence thing. I mean, I'm talking, there's things happening without dialogue, without music. You can hear like the wind blowing, and there's a very sinister and a very real reason for it.
When I watched it in the cinema. Did you watch it in the cinema?
I watched it in cinemas too. Yeah.
When I watched it in the cinemas, I remember I had like a nachos with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I couldn't make a crunch. I was like,
You're like,
and I was like, damn, I gotta be careful. And then, I swear I didn't have my nachos. I left it there till the end of the movie, then I ate it.
Yeah.
But it's like that. If you did watch it in the cinemas, for me, it was an amazing experience because I've seen the entire audience with the movie, like
total silence.
Total silence.
You're like absorbed into it.
People were being careful to not eat crisp and not eat popcorn. And the tense moments in the movie, we were all holding our breath together. And at the end, when the relief happens, you can hear, everybody just like...
There's certain points in that movie where there's a great amount of action, but the build-up that happens, which is aided by the atmosphere and the silence, it really gets you on edge. It like gives you goosebumps. It is so good. And without going too far into the story...
I say, if you've seen Bird Box, Bird Box is like no sight. This is
no sound.
No sound.
Manson mashed it up, no sight and sound.
Oh, that's part two, bro. Quiet Place / Bird Box.
I'm just going to add here that there is other actors in there. There's some younger actors, and a girl in particular. Watch out for her performance, because in a world where everyone has to be quiet, she's a girl who can't hear anyway, so she's deaf.
In real life, she's deaf, isn't it, bro?
Yeah, but what I mean is obviously
that's why she can portray the acting in such a amazing
it is
way,
brilliant,
because
and
she's acting like herself.
But then what the movie shows as well is they really hone in on the whole her being deaf thing, and like we hear kind of that it's somehow they make it even quieter when it's focusing on her point of view.
Yeah.
And so it's about how this is her world.
It's a very unique movie in the sense that there's not many movies out there where there's hardly a soundtrack. So there's no music. You hear this rustling of the leaves and just the footsteps, etc. And there's hardly any talking in the movie. So it's like you're watching a silent movie from the black and white 1920 days, whatever.
Very little dialogue.
So there's very less dialogue. But don't let that put you off, because the acting in it is amazing. The tension, when he does, he ramps up to like,
but the point of the movie is that it's so different in its setup, in its direction. What I liked about it was this whole atmosphere and not knowing exactly how they're going to resolve this, and it's like how they've built a life in this difficult world was pretty awesome, and the whole kind of girl who's deaf within a movie where everyone's having to be quiet anyway, which in a weird way gives her an advantage. So I think that it was brilliant.
It's like, imagine trying to live your life in silence. So this family, the movie is set with this family.
John Krasinkski.
And that's the husband and wife in real life, like
Emily Blunt,
like Majid said. So the husband and wife in real life, and they've got a family, children. It's like, how will they survive in silence, and how they survive? There's like in a little farm kind of thing. It kind of reminds me of what's that movie? I know it's kind of separate. Signs.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that.
Have you seen it?
But you know what I am going to say is there's bits in A Quiet Place where you get really drawn into it. Like imagine if you have to be quiet, but there's a baby on the scene. And how are you going to control a baby's cries? There's certain things you have to think about. But in any case, it is a stunning movie.
No, it's not. They can't make sounds. No, listen, look, I say one thing here. If you start thinking, there are quite a few plot holes. So don't think, just enjoy it.
I personally think that there isn't that many plot holes.
What about sneezing then?
No, but these plot holes.
Sneeze?
But can you not stop a sneeze? Not everybody.
Not everybody can stop a sneeze. So all the people who can't stop a sneeze are dead.
Yeah, but not everyone sneezes like a gorilla. Personally, think that there's enough in the there's enough in the movie to just make it stand up on its own.
No, you're right. It's an excellent movie. I'm just joking, but.
No, the only reason I say that is I get what you're saying. There's going to be times when you have to make a noise. But I did think like, oh my God, there's a baby. And how are you going to stop a baby from making a sound? But then you see what they try and do. Yeah, they try and tackle it because it's like life goes on.
But they do make some stupid decisions, bro. Innit?
But
I don't want to say it.
That's life though.
The first 5 minutes, come on, bro.
Okay, but that decision is for a reason.
Obviously, it's a reason to set up the entire movie.
No, it's not just that. As people, that decision happens for a reason.
Hold on.
Yeah.
In today's society, I ain't letting my kid. My kid's in my view. In today's society, in that society, you think I'm gonna let my kid out my view? Come on, bro.
No, but you're
parenting.
But you're thinking everyone thinks like you.
That's what I'm saying.
They're just like they have trust in their kids and this
what?
and that.
When there's bloody monsters about.
Yeah.
I don't trust my kids are pedos about, bro. Forget monsters about. I don't know, man. I don't know. All I'm saying is the first.
I sat there and watched it and thought.
No, but you know what? You know what though?
It's like you see a mistake happening.
Imagine.
In a movie, when you see a mistake happening, I don't sit there and think, oh no, what a dumb mistake. I think, you know what? Oh no, what's gonna happen?
No. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They admit it's a dumb mistake. The parents know what they did.
They blame themselves.
They blame themselves, etc.
But other people blame themselves as well.
Which I like. They address that point, which I'm saying. They're so stupid for not looking after the kid. But they address this point. So
it wouldn't be much of a movie if they just lived safely, quietly ever after.
No. I know. But maybe there could have been a different way that something happened. We're kind of spoiling it. But you know, I bet you a lot of people have seen this anyway.
I don't know because I think that it was a quietly brilliant movie.
Actually, you see that in the trailer. But anyway, let's not say no more.
Let's not tell them what happened.
You do see that in the trailer.
They might not have seen the trailer.
No, they're gonna see the trailer. I'm gonna put it up.
Oh yeah. Look, there is stuff that goes on.
They might not know the context of it.
In every movie, there's stuff that happens that you think, why did they do that? But people do things. Humans are fallible.
I said this movie is full of mistakes, but they address it, so it's not like it's fake.
When Shahj says this movie's full of mistakes, what he means is people are making decisions.
Yeah, no, I don't mean it's mistakes. Full of movie mistakes. Not like back in the days.
It's full of weird shooting.
Yeah, not like that. I mean, like the people do choices and incorrect choices and etc.
I think there's a couple of silly choices, but it's hard to live in a society
of course, so much
where
pressure.
you can't even communicate. Imagine how mental someone goes not being able to talk to anybody.
Crazy.
Yeah. So
what happens when they're snoring?
I don't know.
You get killed in your dream. You're sleepy and you're boom, you're finished.
I heard some people do a really loud snore.
Exactly.
I can imagine your snores probably wake everyone up.
Trust me, I don't snore joking, by the way, people.
I just breathe harshly.
Exactly.
Maybe 200 decibels.
It's not. Listen, I got asthma, bro. Anyway.
Excuses.
Who can go watch it? Is it violent? Is it
okay, there is a violence and there is a lot of a fear factor and horror in this movie. I would say.
You know the fear factor is up.
There is a big high fear factor. I would say that maybe 12 upwards should watch this.
Yeah.
Maybe they're even too young.
Yeah, I was saying 15.
Maybe 15s. I would say 13.
You know why? Because not even the violence, the fear factor. It's quite
the horror, the way it builds up. It's really scary.
It's a heavy toll on your heart, man. My heart was thumping.
All right, so I would say 13.
Yeah, 13, 14.
Teenagers can watch this. It's
Where
available.
Can you watch it now, though? If you're streaming now, it's not cinema.
So it's available on demand, and in Sky, I should say.
Yeah.
And I believe it's available in Netflix, and most things you can get from Amazon Prime. So.
It's not Netflix, from my understanding. But guess what, though? Where most things you could find on
Amazon.
YouTube. On YouTube as well, but you have to pay for it.
YouTube Premium.
No, not even YouTube Premium. You have to pay. You know, you can rent from YouTube.
Yeah.
Like $2.99 or something.
Oh, right, yeah.
Literally any movie from Hollywood, Bollywood, Korean, anime, everything. It's all on YouTube, but you have to pay for it.
Understood.
But
so it's on YouTube. But if you've got Sky, it's on the on-demand right now.
Is it? Oh,
Very worth watching.
Brilliant. So that's it, yeah? Quiet Place, highly recommend.
Highly recommend.
Is there going to be a part 2?
I don't see what they would do in part 2.
They're grown up.
He's
an old man.
Maybe part 2 was the Bird Box.
Oh yeah, that is it. You're right. Good one.
But yeah, so
that's it. We're done.
Watch A Quiet Place. It's called.
Watch A Quiet Place,
and
it's an excellent thriller. I like it as well. I love it.
Thriller.
And
thriller horror.
Thriller horror. Yeah, definitely. And we give it a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more, and hit the bell button. You see our next video coming out very soon. We're done. Peace out. See you later.